Hey guys, it's Lindsay. Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be talking about some of the different products that I found really helpful since having my vertical sleeve gastrectomy. But before we get into it, make sure you are subscribed to my channel and you have the notification turned on so you know when I post. And if you like this video, I would really appreciate a thumbs up. It helps out my channel and it lets me know what kind of content you want to see here. But now let's get into it. Alright, so now just to back up a little bit in case you haven't seen any of my previous videos, but I had my vertical sleeve gastrectomy done on June 17th, 2019. So now I'm just about 2.5 months out. So I totally understand that I am not a VSG expert at this point. I'm still very, very early on in my journey, but I did compile a little list of things that I thought would be very helpful. Oh, and I should probably tell you where my weight loss is at by now. So from my very highest weight that I ever saw on the scale, I'm down 47 pounds or a little bit over 47. Since surgery, I'm down 30 pounds. Since I had lost 17 pounds previous to surgery. Most of it was during that 2-week liquid diet that I had to do. But all right, let's just go ahead and jump right into all of the products. I'll of course have all of the products here linked down below so you can go check them out. I think almost everything here I purchased on Amazon, or a good majority of the stuff I did purchase on Amazon. All right, so the first thing I want to share with you, and it is very, very vital to anybody who has had a vertical sleeve gastrectomy, is a food scale. This thing I use just about every single day, and I started using it when I was on my liquid diet prior to surgery. So if you have not yet hit that stage yet, I would definitely go ahead and invest in one of these if you know that you're going to have the surgery and you're going to have to do the liquid diet as well. Get it before surgery so that you can go ahead and use this, because with my liquid diet, I was allowed 4 ounces of protein every day. So this was super helpful to have to measure out my protein. But this one is just from the brand Nourish. Again, I just picked this up on Amazon. It wasn't super expensive, but it works really well. And there's different units that you can use. There's grams, fluid ounces, milliliters, and pounds and ounces. So quite a few different things depending on what you're used to, how you want to measure. And then you can zero it out. Like you can put a plate on it and then turn it on and it'll read as 0, which is really, really helpful. So you're not like trying to like do some math, like trying to figure out like how much the plate weighs versus how much the actual food weighs. If you just put the plate on there and then turn it on, it will read as 0, which is really, really awesome. So this has been super helpful. It's not super big and bulky, which I really like too. It just kind of sits in my kitchen on my counter and it doesn't take up too much space. All right, the next thing that I found super helpful was just something that I used for a very brief period right after my surgery, and that was my pregnancy band of all things. I purchased this. It's called a B band. I'm honestly not even sure if they make this exact thing anymore. I'll try and find something comparable and link to that below if I can't find this exact thing. But I'm pretty sure I bought this at Target literally 8 years ago when I was first pregnant with my son. But this, when you're pregnant, is just to kind of help support your belly a little bit. You can get away with wearing some pre-pregnancy jeans because you can put this down, if you can't button them, you can put this down on top of them so that nobody sees that you're walking around with your pants hanging open. But this actually was super helpful to me after I had my surgery, because it just, again, with the support thing, just kind of kept everything in place. And I've mentioned before on my channel how I had a really, really rough first week because of the pain, particularly on my one incision, like my main incision point, which is like kind of like my lower left abdomen area. So I remembered that I had this and I pulled it out and I wore it, and it really did help. It just kind of helped to keep everything in place, kept everything from moving around, because that's when the pain was really, really bad for me, was when I was moving. So this helped lessen it a little bit. I'm not going to say it's a miracle worker because it's not. Maybe if you got something stronger, like an actual, I don't want to say like a corset, but some more like shapewear, like Spanx or something, that might help even more than this. But since I had this just sitting in my drawer, I decided to go ahead and use this. And like I said, it did really seem to help. Not a miracle worker, but it definitely did help to numb the pain. And I probably wore this for a good 2 weeks. Even after my pain had kind of subsided, I felt like I still wanted to wear this. It just felt really good to kind of keep everything nice and tight. So I really did enjoy using that. Again, I'll try and find something comparable that I can link to you down below, because I'm not sure if they make that anymore. So if you've looked into weight loss surgery at all, I'm sure vitamins have come up in your research. Those are super important. I'm not going to really talk about vitamins in this video. They are, of course, super important. I think I might do an entire video dedicated to my vitamin routine right now, but I am going to talk about a supplement that I cannot live without. I notice immediate results. You know, when you take a multivitamin, you don't really notice the results. It's just, you know, it makes you healthier, of course, because you need those nutrients. But this is something that I definitely notice immediately. And that is some fiber gummies. These things are incredible. In fact, I am very low on these. I didn't realize I was so low. So right before I made this video, or right before I turned the camera on, I went ahead and ordered some more. I do find these on Amazon. I have not been able to find them in the stores. You might be able to at some grocery stores and stuff, but I have not. So I just ordered them on Amazon. I think this was about $9 for this bottle. And you get 90 in here, which is essentially like a month and a half, because I think you're supposed to take 2 every day. You can take up to 4, but I've been taking 2, and I think that's pretty good. My doctor and the nutritionist that I saw before I started my 2-week diet recommended that we take Benefiber, like the powdered version. So I was taking that like all throughout my 2-week liquid diet. I was mixing it in with my shakes, and I didn't have a problem with the taste in those shakes, but this is going to be a little bit TMI, but my bowels were quite loose. And that was very uncomfortable. So then I ended up having to take Imodium to like get everything, you know, back to normal. Though I should first say the reason why you need to take a fiber supplement and why it's so important is because I've literally cut out all fiber from my diet. At this point now, 2.5 months out, I am getting a little bit, but the first few weeks I was getting like no fiber at all. So you need to add some kind of fiber. So that's why they recommended the Benefiber. I really did not like that. And after surgery, I started adding it into my Premier protein shakes. I didn't like that. I could taste it and it would like froth up oddly compared to how it usually is. I tried adding it to food. I didn't like that. So I tried their chewables. They're kind of like Tums in consistency. Those are okay, but I really didn't notice it helping too much. So then I looked at these and oh my gosh, they help so much, so much. Like I said, I take 2 a day. You can take up to 4. I haven't really needed to take 4, but I really can't live without these. So these are super, super important. They do a wonderful job of keeping you regular, or as regular as you can be without actually eating fiber in your food. So I'm not going to say, again, it's not a complete miracle worker. I have had some interesting trips to the bathroom, I will say that, since having my surgery, even with eating these, but these have helped immensely. So I definitely would recommend you get some kind of fiber, and these have worked amazing for me. Oh, and I should add that these are sugar-free and they are gummies. I don't know that I mentioned that. So they're really easy to take. I'm not a super big gummy person, but I don't even mind them. There's like 3 or 4 different flavors in there. And let's see, there's 15 calories for every 2 gummies, which isn't too bad. All right, now moving on to the next product. And again, I'm not talking about the actual vitamins, but I'm going to show you my little vitamin case that I have. Yes, I do kind of feel like I'm 75 years old when I have this, but it's been super helpful because, as I mentioned, I have to take a lot of vitamins. So using one of these really helps me to remember, or I don't even have to remember since I put everything in here, but it really helps me keep everything in order. I'm not taking too many vitamins. I'm not taking too little, because before I had this, if I'm having to take multiple of each pill every day, I'm like, okay, I'm supposed to take 3 multivitamins every day. How many did I take today? I can't remember. But now, since I picked up this thing, I'll just go ahead on Sundays and fill it up with all the pills that I need for the week. And I do put my fibers in there as well. Then it's a no-brainer for me. I can just go ahead, you know, for each day, and when it's empty, it's empty. I know that I've taken everything that I need to for the day. And this one I do really like because there is 2 compartments. Because I do have to take a lot of pills, I do fill up both of the compartments, but you can remove these 2, which is nice. So they do come apart like that. So if you only wanted to take one, like if you were going on vacation, you can kind of consolidate and do that as well. But this has been such a helpful little tool. I really, really love using this. If you follow me on Instagram, and my link will be down below in case you don't, but if you follow me over there, you've already seen this product, and that is the Migraine stick. This thing has been such a lifesaver for me. I have suffered from migraine headaches since I was like in 2nd grade. It's been something that I've just had to deal with for a really, really long time. And I used to really rely heavily on Excedrin or Advil to take care of my migraines. And of course, now that I have a gastric sleeve, I am no longer able to take any type of NSAID medication, which of course Advil and Excedrin are. I can take Tylenol. So if you've never heard that before and you're looking to getting the surgery and you didn't know that you couldn't take painkillers, $10. You can take Tylenol, though for me personally, I don't think Tylenol does that great of a job. I do always have to take at least 3 of them instead of just 2 like I could with my other medications. That was something that I really weighed heavily on if I really wanted to go through with this surgery or not, because I did rely quite a bit on Advil and Excedrin, and because I knew that I couldn't take them anymore after the surgery. So that aspect of being post-surgery now, it has been a little bit difficult. I have had some gnarly migraines, but I found this again on Amazon, and this is just like a little roller ball of different essential oils, and it really, really helps. I was quite skeptical about this when I purchased it, but I was desperate, so I did. And again, I don't think this was that expensive. It was maybe $10. But this, what does it have in it? Let's see. It's got therapeutic grade peppermint, spearmint, and lavender essential oils and a base of fractionated coconut oil. So it's just oil. And so what you do with this when you have a headache, I do usually go ahead and take some Tylenol, and then I will rub this all over the back of my neck, and then I'll rub it here on the side of my head, like around my temples, and then on my forehead as well. It does not completely get rid of the pain, but it really, really numbs it. And this thing smells really, really good too. I really like the smell of it, and it like feels kind of almost like Bengay when it goes on. Give it a couple of minutes and then it'll kind of start to tingle a little bit, and it really does minimize my headache. So this paired with a Tylenol can pretty much get rid of a headache for me. So I'm so thankful that I found something like that, because it has been a real lifesaver for me. All right, here is the next item that I found super helpful after having my sleeve gastrectomy, and that is a bathrobe. And this bathrobe, again, I just purchased on Amazon. It was maybe $25. I actually purchased this to take with me to the hospital before I had my surgery. What is the brand here? This is called Just Love, and I did purchase the 2X size because I wanted it to be nice and like really super cozy, and it is like far too big for me right now, but I'm still using it. And the reason why I say a robe is super important is because you're probably going to be super cold all the time. Oh, hold on, I fell on the floor. Yuck. Yuck. All right, I'm in my basement and there's like bugs and stuff in here sometimes. All right. Okay, now it's okay. But you're going to be cold. I'm constantly freezing, and we're in the middle of summer here, or I guess now toward the end of summer, but it's August. It's hot. I live in Chicago. It gets very, very hot. And I'm always so cold. And my husband and I are constantly having a war with the thermostat. He's always turning it down. I'm always turning it up. Like I turn it up. He likes it like 72, or even, I think he said 71 might even be his ideal. Oh man, no, that is so cold. 75 would probably be my ideal, but we meet in the middle typically and do 73. And even then I still get really, really cold. And I've heard that's a pretty common thing for people after surgery, is you're just gonna get cold a lot easier. And when other people in the same room are sweating their butts off, you're gonna be wanting to put a robe on, you know, or even if you don't have a robe, just something that you can easily grab, keep on a hook in your bedroom or something, and just easily grab it whenever you get cold. Something you can sleep in as well. This robe is one of the shorter robes, so I do sleep in it, and I'm sure going into winter I will probably be sleeping in that every single night. It's just really nice and warm and cozy. So yeah, just keep that in mind that, you know, after you have the surgery, you might be really, really cold for a while. Oh my gosh, all right. Oh, I'm shedding everywhere. My hair loss has definitely started. I am shedding like a dog every single day. All right, anyways, moving on from that. The last thing I wanted to tell you guys about was actually an app, and I'm sure most of you have heard about it. It's a pretty popular app, but it's called MyFitnessPal. It's the one that I've been using since before I had my surgery. This is what it looks like. It is a free app. You don't have to pay for it. You can't upgrade to like the premium version. I have not done that. I don't think I need to do that. I'm perfectly fine using this. And if you use the Weight Watchers app, it's similar to that, as to where you can plug in your different foods for the day and it keeps track of your calories. Not in a point system like Weight Watchers does, but in a similar fashion. You can, you know, go back and look, 2 weeks ago, see what you ate, see how many calories you have, and it counts how many protein or how many grams of protein you have every day, which is super important for somebody like me who's had the sleeve gastrectomy, because I need to make sure that I'm getting an adequate amount of protein every day. And I do like to keep my carbs pretty low, so it's easy to keep track of how many carbs that I have. You can keep track of your weight on the app as well, which is really nice and easy and convenient to have it just all right there. And they give you a little bar graph, so it's really nice to see the little bar graph keep going down, down, down. So exciting. But I love MyFitnessPal. I had used it, I think, once or twice before I started this journey, and I remember thinking it was okay, but now because I know the right way that I need to be eating and keeping track of my weight and stuff, I really, really like the app. I think it's super easy to use, and they have pretty much every single food on there. You can just scan a barcode. You don't have to like plug anything in. So it's super easy, super fast, and I think it's a great app. Those are all my must-have products for after you have a gastric sleeve. If you have already had one and you've gone through this, let me know what kind of products and stuff that you found really, really necessary down in the comments below. I'm sure if people that haven't gone through the surgery yet, you can go look down there and see if anybody has any other suggestions. That would be super helpful. But I think that is it for this video. Thank you again so much for watching. I really, truly appreciate it. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my future uploads. Please connect with me on Instagram. We've got a ton of positivity going on over there. Like this video again, like I said, it really does help my channel out, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!